Is it possible for a regular person to become holy? At the end of chapter 27 of Tanya, the Alter Rebbe quotes the pasuk, "V'hiskadishtem v'yisam kedoshim." And contextually, in the context of the Tanya, the meaning of those words are, act holy and you will become holy. You know, like the cliche that you hear all the time, fake it till you make it. But acting holy is not faking it. Holiness is translated philosophically and technically as removal. In other words, the difference between a holy person and an unholy person is not whether you do things that are wrong or not. The unholy person does things that are wrong, but wishes he could, and controls himself. The holy person simply has no interest in those things because he's removed from them. So that's the meaning of the question. Can an ordinary person who has regular temptations and regular lusts achieve holiness where they have no interest in things, or they have a despise for things that are inconsistent with our relationship with Hashem? And the Alter Rebbe says, yes, when people discipline themselves about things that are even permitted, but their indulgences, their temptations, their material pleasures, for the purposes of disciplining themselves and for purifying themselves, there's the real possibility that they will lose interest in things that until a certain point they were drawn towards, and that's a form of holiness. That's a form of real separation from worldliness and material things. I don't think that's the same thing as saying, can an ordinary person become a tzaddik? Because the tzaddik is, quote, holy in all areas. And the Rebbe suggests, our Rebbe suggests, that the meaning of this few lines at the end of chapter 27 in Tanya is that we can become holy in a particular area. And of course, the key is consistency. To do iskafia. There's no other way to put it. Iskafia means we discipline ourselves by permitted things. We choose one thing that we're going to control, like, for example, to be particular about the words that come out of our mouths, insults and profanity and just ordinary silliness and cynicism and so forth. And eventually a person who disciplines himself in those areas can really be disgusted by verbal diarrhea, by people who use words in a meaningless and in a negative way. And that's a form of holiness in a particular area.